Welcome to this week's Dream Car judging video here at BOTB. We'd now like to hand over to today's lawyer from Onside Law who'll oversee the proceedings.
My name's Josh from Onside Law and I'll be overseeing the judging this morning. Firstly, I can confirm that the competition data has already been sent to the auditing company Assets. I would now like today's judges to introduce themselves and using the secure link provided, mark on the screen where they think the centre of the ball should be. The group will then come to a final panel decision.
Good morning, my name is Matt Cannon. I'm a senior county referee and footballer.
Hi, my name is Yari Mendonca. I've been involved in football for over 30 years, firstly as a player and then as a referee.
Hello, my name's Wendy Martin. I've previously played for Tottenham Hotspur Ladies and currently play beach soccer for England and Team GB.
Hi, I'm Joe Thompson, ex-professional footballer and now your MUTV presenter.
Morning, my name is Leo Donnellan. I'm an ex-professional football player, having been with Chelsea, Fulham and Leyton Orient.
Good morning, my name is Alain Goma. I'm an ex-professional football player, having played for Paris Saint-Germain, Newcastle and Fulham.
Hi, my name is Kieran Fitzgibbon. I've played football for more than 30 years and I'm also a referee.
My name's Liam Walsh. I'm a retired referee, currently an FA observer and head coach for the Middlesex Referees Academy.
Judges, please now come to a final panel decision. For your reference, the larger white cross is the calculated average of the 8 individual selections.
Thank you very much, Josh. Good morning, everybody. Before I draw some lines in, Alain, I'm going to come to you, please. There's your cross, the dark purple cross. If you could explain what you're seeing in the photograph, the trajectory of the ball, and then how you reached your decision, please.
Yes, hi, Matt. We got 3 players on the picture on the foreground, challenging for the ball or involved actually with the ball. They all seem to be grounded. I think the ball is coming from the right hand side of the picture. It could be across a set piece. Looking at the facial expression, especially on the player in blue on the right hand side, I think he looks a bit surprised. So and also playing white, I think he's kind of changing direction, he's reacting. So it looks to me like the ball might have been deflected. And the player in blue on the left hand side, he looks like he's stretching in order to could be probably on the far post, trying to head this ball. Now, what I've done, I drew a line from this player on the left hand side, like a 90-degree angle from his head to give me the height of the ball, with also the player in blue on the right hand side who's looking slightly, very slightly down. And then I used the eye line of the player in white, who's looking up diagonally, just to confirm the position. And this is how I reached my position.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right.
So we'll take the eyes that we can see first. Take that as a top eye. We've got a fairly narrow band on this player. And then I'll take just see this guy's second eye, right hand eye. So that's the bigger gap. And then I will go, as you've described, down there, sort of 45 degrees from his forehead up. To give a triangulation. So there we are. So I'm going to come to you next, Liam. You're a bit furthest to the right. There's your light pink cross. What did you see in this?
Yes, good morning, Matt. Thank you. As Alan alluded to, we've got the 3 guys in that are sort of actively involved in the situation. Guy in blue on the right. Yes, he's looking, slightly downward. I think we're all sort of like very much on that line. I took a line straight through both his eyes. Gave me gave me that line that way. As I said, yeah, he's looking down. But the evidence is, he's leaning slightly forward, caught by surprise. Yeah, I agree with that. The guy in white, I think he's looking more sharply up, and the evidence for that is the white that you can see in his eye, his left eye. I just think he's looking more sharply. I've gone with my gut on this, and I'm going to stick with it. And the only thing I took from the guy in blue is I think, yes, he's going to win the ball. I think his body shape, he's looking to head the ball, whether it's a diving header or whatever scenario we want to put on it this morning. But I couldn't get a precise whereabouts. I couldn't use him realistically as evidence because I can't see his eyes. I can only go with the two guys on the right-hand side of the picture. And that's how I got my cross.
Okay, thank you very much. And working our way in, and just above yours, Anna, is Wendy. There's your yellow cross, magnified. How did you get to your position?
Yeah, I think I took the eye lines of the player in the blue and the player in white, where we've got the clear lines, and then actually similar to Alan, I did draw a line up just from the forehead as well, and took a sort of cross reference for all three. I think the ball is coming in from right to left. I actually think that the player with his arm up in the air there, I think he's probably actually favourite to win the ball, and maybe actually sort of knock it or head it back across to the other player in blue that looks like he's going to be like running onto the ball, or sort of wants the ball played into his run. And I think the player in white maybe is seen that's what's going to happen, and he's trying to change direction in sort of move. So that's sort of what I thought was happening in the picture today, and how I came to where my cross is.
Great, thank you. And just moving a little bit more to the left and centrally, we'll sort of go right to left of looking at the photograph is yours, Leo. There you go, your orange cross right next to the calculated average. What did you see?
Yeah, hi, Matt. Yeah, I took the players' eye lines in blue and white that we can see. I think the player in white is looking fairly sort of diagonally upwards, but a little bit sort of in front of his eye line. And I think the player in blue is looking slightly down. I think the ball's coming from right to left. I think the two players, the taller blue player and the player in white, I think they've either misread where the ball's coming in from, or there's been a challenge and they haven't quite got to the ball, or maybe there's been a slight deflection, like Alain said. I think the player in blue on the left is, he's changing his direction to now get to the ball. I think if you look at his arms, he's sort of shifting his body to the right to get his head to it. So, yeah, so that's what I think is happening. I think the player in blue on the left, I judged it with his forehead, Matt, because I believe he's going to head the ball. So that's what I think went on.
Yes, as you said, you head the ball with your forehead. Well, that's what at least we try to do. Yeah. Some people don't, but yeah, exactly. All right. Well, thank you very much. And a little bit higher and a little bit further to the left is yours, Ari. There's your green cross magnified. What did you see?
Thanks, Matt. Well, I felt as well that there was a deflection on this one. The ball's coming from the right to the left. I feel that the player on the left in blue, on his calculations to reach for the ball, I don't think he's going to make it. I think he's going to try Maradona over there, and he's trying to go with the head, but I feel that he miscalculated. He's not going to reach it, so his hand is already high, and he will try to play the ball with his hand. When I cross-referenced to get to my position, I took the player in white eye line, and I felt that the player in blue on the right-hand side is looking nearly horizontal, and where they cross, that's where I place my cross.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. And then I'll work my way up on the left-hand side. I come to you next, Kieran. You're ever so slightly lower and a little bit to the left. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, thanks, Matt. I mainly agree with what a lot of the judges have said, particularly Wendy and Leo, but also most of what the other judges have said. It's not clear exactly what's happening to this ball coming in, I think. I think the player in blue, whose eyes we can't see, is stretching for the ball and is reaching or putting his head forward and imminently going to try and make contact with the ball. Whether he's going to play it back across the player in blue or just head the ball, I'm not sure, but he's certainly the favourite to win the ball. The ball is coming in from the right, I think. And again, with the other two players, I'm not sure whether there's been some contact or they've misjudged what's happening, as Leo has said. But I think they're sort of looking the general direction of the ball. I thought the other player in blue, whose eyes we can see, is looking a little downwards. So I didn't think he was looking horizontally across, and that's why my cross is a little bit lower. I thought the other player in white, not sure whether he stumbled or changing direction or what's happened, or even whether there's been contact with the player in blue, but I think he's looking up towards this player in blue on the left. I think the ball is quite imminent with the player in blue. I think he's got his arms in that position to just position his body across, leaning forward, stretching, moving onto the ball in that direction, but not jumping. But I think it's very imminent, and that's why I'm probably a little closer than my colleagues to where I've placed my cross.
Okay, thank you very much. Excuse me. And moving up is yours, Joe. There's your dark blue cross. Again, just a little bit above Kieran's. What did you see?
Yeah, morning, Matt. Morning, judges. Very much how Kieran explained it. I do think the player on the left-hand side of the picture is favourite for the ball. Although we can't see his eyes, I drew a line up for his forehead because I do think he's going to almost try and hook the ball with his head. I think 3 players that we can see in shot have been involved in challenging for the ball. I don't think anyone's headed it quite yet. And I think the player in white maybe slightly misjudged it. And I do think the ball, like everybody said, has come from right to left past those 2 players initially. And I drew a line from the player in blue and white on the right-hand side. And like everyone's mentioned, I feel like he's looking slightly down. But I do think that the ball is imminent, and that player on the left-hand side is going to head it soon.
Yeah, thank you. And then just in the magnified just above yours, Joe, is my own. I agree. I think it was said earlier, I thought the player on the left was looking up to play the ball, got quite a strong body position. He's crouching down, ready to, I think, come up and head the ball back across. I think it's come from right to left, and it's going to go back left to right with a header. And the 2 players, I think we said earlier, that the player is in motion and looking on the run. And it was said, I think Wendy said it there, to the player in white is down and maybe trying to change position and react to what's going to happen. He's looking up to the ball. I took that this player was looking across, 2 good eyes, and ever so slightly down from the horizontal. So this is the calculated average. And I think we've agreed that the ball is coming from right to left. And the majority of us think that this player on the left is going to play the ball, even with his hand, as Ari's pointed out. Now, when I hover over the top of the calculated average, we'll see that Liam is quite a long way away from this calculated average and the rest of us. So as lead judge, I will remove him. And if I hover this, the magnifier over the top, it encompasses all of us there and puts us in quite a tight position. I will redraw the lines to show how this has sort of tightened up the views from the players, certainly from the white player. And again, I'll go up from this player's top of his nose. So we have quite a tight section there. So if I can come through with you all again and see what you think about this and whether you're in agreement. But just to clarify, I have removed Liam's as lead judge for the reasons I've given. So Ari?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Wendy?
Yeah, I like the average there.
Yep. Joe?
Yeah, more than happy with where the average is now.
Yep. Leo?
Yeah, I think it's correct to take Liam out, and yeah, I think the average is good.
Thank you. Alain?
Yes, happy with the average.
Kieran?
Yeah, I like that position, Matt. I think that's good.
Yep. And lastly, Liam, I know I've removed you, but I hopefully understand the reasons why.
Yeah, I fully agree with the process, Matt. No problem at all with the process. As I alluded to in my brief, I'm going to stick with my gut on this one. I think it's a little bit more to the right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
So Josh, after myself as lead judge removing Liam's, we're going to judge with the remaining 7 choices taken into consideration.
Okay. Thank you. So if you're all happy, then please click submit. Thank you, judges. The coordinates selected are 1735, 774. These coordinates will now be passed to the auditing company assets to calculate the winner of the competition, and they will then inform BOTB. That concludes the judging process. Thank you.